You break your leg right now. Within an hour, you're in a hospital. X-ray, cast, painkillers. You'll walk again in 6 weeks. Now imagine breaking that same leg 50,000 years ago. There's no hospital, no painkillers, no cast, no antibiotics. Just you, your bones sticking out of your skin, and a tribe that has no idea what's actually wrong with you. Because germs haven't been invented yet. Not the bacteria, the concept. If you got sick back then, you didn't go to a doctor. There were no doctors. There was no medicine as we understand it. And yet somehow, humanity survived 300,000 years without a single hospital. So how did they do it? And more importantly, how many of them didn't make it? Let's find out. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the time, ancient humans didn't survive serious illness or injury. A broken leg in the wild wasn't an inconvenience. It was often a death sentence. If you couldn't walk, you couldn't hunt, couldn't gather, couldn't run from predators. Your tribe might carry you for a while, but eventually, if you slowed everyone down too much, you'd be left behind. Infections were even scarier. A small cut today means you wash it, and maybe slap on a bandage. Back then, that same cut, left untreated in dirt and bacteria-rich environments, could turn into sepsis within days. There was no way to know that invisible organisms were the problem. To them, sickness wasn't caused by germs, it was caused by bad spirits, angry gods, or curses from rival tribes. That belief shaped everything about how they treated illness. Despite having zero understanding of microbiology, ancient humans weren't helpless. Over tens of thousands of years, they built up something almost as powerful as modern medicine. Trial and error knowledge passed down through generations. They knew which plants reduced pain. Willow bark, for example. It contains a compound that's almost identical to the active ingredient in modern aspirin. They didn't know why it worked. They just knew, chew this bark, the pain gets smaller. They knew which berries would kill you and which would heal you because someone, at some point, ate the wrong one and died, and the tribe remembered. For wounds, some used honey. We now know honey has natural antibacterial properties. They didn't know the science. They just noticed. Wounds packed with honey healed faster than wounds left open. For broken bones, evidence from archaeological sites, skeletons showing healed fractures that were properly aligned, suggests some early humans figured out basic splinting. Sticks, bark, and animal hide wrapped tightly around a break, holding the bones still long enough to heal naturally. And for the worst cases, there's evidence of actual surgery. Skulls have been found with clean, deliberate holes cut into them, a procedure called trepanation. Some patients even survived it, based on bone regrowth around the holes. Why would Stone Age people drill into a living person's skull? Some researchers think it was meant to release pressure from head injuries. Others think it was meant to release evil spirits, causing seizures or madness. Either way, it proves something wild. Ancient humans were willing to perform invasive procedures when nothing else worked. Every tribe likely had someone who functioned as the closest thing to a doctor, often called a shaman or healer. This person wasn't formally trained in any school. Their knowledge came purely from observation, memory, and stories passed down from elders. They knew the local plants. They knew which roots eased fever. They knew how to set a dislocated shoulder back into place. And just as important, they knew how to perform rituals that gave the sick person psychological comfort. Chanting, smoke, herbs burned over a fire. Even if these things didn't cure the disease, they calmed the patient, lowered stress, and in some documented cases, that alone improved recovery odds. This is something modern medicine still studies today. The placebo effect is real, and it's powerful. But let's not romanticize this too much. For every story of a clever herbal remedy or successful splint, there were countless deaths that easily could have been prevented today. Childbirth was one of the most dangerous events a human could experience, for both mother and baby. Without sterile tools, without understanding of infection, a simple birth could turn fatal in hours. A basic toothache could spread infection into the jaw and bloodstream, and there was no way to stop it. Archaeologists have found skulls with abscesses so severe they likely caused death, over something we now fix in a 20-minute dentist visit. Even a common cold could be deadly if it weakened someone enough that predators or starvation finished the job. Life expectancy in prehistoric times hovered around 30 years, not because people automatically got old at 30, But because so many died young from things we now consider minor inconveniences, it took thousands of years of accumulated knowledge, passed from healer to healer, tribe to tribe, before humans began to understand why these remedies worked. The shift from spirits cause sickness to germs cause sickness didn't happen until shockingly recently in our history. Compared to the 300,000 years humans have existed, modern medicine is a blink of an eye old. Every time you take an aspirin, get stitches, or get a vaccine, you're benefiting from millennia of trial, error, and a staggering number of people who didn't survive long enough to see the answer. So next time you stub your toe and reach for a Band-Aid in 2 seconds, remember, there was a time when that same injury could have ended with your tribe leaving you behind. We didn't get modern medicine easily. We got it through thousands of years of people guessing and paying for it with their lives. If you want to know what happens when ancient humans actually did get sick with no cure in sight, that's a whole different story. Subscribe, because we're going there next.